Hi everyone, this is Mac Pierre-Louis with my partner in crime, Natalia Laska-Chaika from TAM 2023 in San Antonio, Texas. And we're here wrapping up the second day of the conference with Lisa Amsler, who was one of the guest speakers, one of the keynote speakers at this year's conference. So we wanted to just check in with her, see what she's up to these days, and what she discussed and some of the takeaways. And so, Lisa, Dr. Amsler, can you speak a little bit about yourself? Let people know generally a few things about you.
Okay, first of all, I'm not a doctor, I'm a lawyer. But beside that,
yes, almost.
But still a professor.
Still a professor, yes. Distinguished professor, if we have to have titles. The conference has been just a joy for me because I was in law practice for a decade. I was a labor lawyer representing school boards and municipalities before I became an academic. And so to be back with mediators is like being with my peeps. They're wonderful. It's just fun. And I'm also grateful because they invited me to do the keynote on a book that I co-authored with Jan Martinez and Stephanie Smith, who Jan Martinez was the director of the School Dispute Resolution Center at Stanford Law School, and Stephanie Smith also taught at Stanford. And I'm at Indiana University, and we collaborated for 13 years to write this book, Dispute System Design, Preventing, Managing, and Resolving Conflict, because we wanted to help professionals. We wanted to help students, practitioners, scholars pull together everything we know about bringing conflict resolution, really effective conflict resolution, into any organization or context in which they work. So to be able to do that has been just a joy.
But the approach you are taking in all of that is like multi-level, multi-surface. Can you tell us about the key point you would want the people to take out of your presentation?
Absolutely. What I want mediators here to think about is the context in which they work, because there's a tendency to get case referrals from a specific location. You know, it's going to be, it could be a federal agency. We have people here from federal agencies, people getting cases from state agencies, local county level organizations, but they may also be getting cases within a company where they, for example, work in the HR department and they're serving as conflict coaches or mediators in-house. Some people here work internationally. We had a contingent from Mexico. We had people who train mediators in Central and South America. And so the contexts can scale from a small company or nonprofit or a church all the way up to the United Nations and its various bodies for resolving conflict, and various treaties that have conflict resolution mechanisms built into them. So the issue is, you're working to try to resolve conflict. Have you thought carefully and analyzed the way that the system you're embedded in was put together, whose interests it serves, what kind of justice is it providing to the people who use it? I did an article called Designing Justice and found 35 different definitions of the word justice, from philosophy, from jurisprudence, from social psychology, from faith. I mean, it's not a simple word. And you can have distributive justice, where you've got people in litigation fighting over a damages award and it's all about money. Or you can have restorative justice, where people working in a dispute resolution center in Texas are trying to help resolve a juvenile justice criminal matter, and they're using a restorative justice model where they're mediating to restore the relationship between the teenage offender and their community and their neighborhood. So this notion of taking a look at your context systematically. Look at what the goals were when somebody set up this system. What kind of justice did they have in mind? Were they even thinking about justice?
Yeah.
Or was it all about suppressing conflict and actually denying people access to the courts? There are some models, like one-party design of mandatory or forced arbitration is partly about keeping people out of courts, right? I don't know. Is that enough of an answer?
It is a perfect answer. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
and so if people want to get more into the weeds and actually get the book where you discuss this, where can they get it?
The Stanford University Press, which is www.sup.org, has the book. Dispute System Design will get you there. And in addition, it is available in both hard copy and online. And you can find it in Amazon. I mean, it's pretty much anywhere if you search it on the web.
Gotcha. Yes, all I had to do was put her name into Google and it came up.
Thanks.
Yes, so thank you so much. Natalia, you want to close out?
Yes, I think that this perspective thing, but also what you said is also on self-reflecting. People just come out of the run, do something for other people, not thinking that they're also bringing their own context. And mediation is about finding a common platform, finding a solution when we also bring something to the table, but perhaps also take something away. What I found about mediation was so fascinating for me is always that I learn from my parties. Everybody brings something that makes me think.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
All right, guys. I know, Lisa, you got to run. So thank you so much for the time you've taken to discuss what you came here to do for this weekend. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to this podcast. It's great.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you.